Crews threatens to slap the shit out of DL Hughley after DL Hughley went on Vlad TV, pretty much made fun of Terry Crews being sexually assaulted by one of the guys in Hollywood that speak on it, Goodfellas Sports TV. We back in the building once again, one time for the one time. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. They had a conversation about an interview that DL Hughley did with Vlad TV, and Vlad TV stirred up more shit than grandma in the kitchen on Thanksgiving, all right? And pretty much it started off with, I guess, Terry Crews finally seen the interview. I think it's fairly old. And, you know, he says that DL Hughley, I've looked up to you my whole career as one of the funniest, most talented people I ever seen. I remember I saw you warming up the crowd at Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I thought, this man is a genius. You know, he goes on to say that, you know, for example, you know, comedy gone wrong, sarcasm, you find out extremely easy to get jokes at someone else's expenses. You mock my success, but all I ever did was support you. But then he goes on to say, you, 50 Cent, Rush, Russell Simmons, he said at Uncle Rush, and, you know, Tariq Nasheed, whatever his name is, have decided my sexual assault was hilarious, whereas there are a whole generation of black women and men who don't think it's funny. Abuser protect abuser, but they mock survivors as well. When you see me, keep it moving, all right? Then he tagged Terry Crews, tagged the Vlad TV interview. He said, you told the world God gave me muscles so I could say no. Are you implying I wanted to be sexually assaulted? I'm listening, sir. He tagged the Vlad interview, and DL Hughley said, you saw the video. I can just hear him say that in his voice. Sorry, my throat a little sore. But he said, sir, so you said I should have pushed him back or restrained him. I did all those things, but you act like I didn't. That's different than you slapping the shit out of him, DL said. And then pretty much he says, so, sir, if you truly feel that is a correct way to deal with the toxic behavior, should I slap the shit out of you? DL Hughley said that's different than slapping the shit out of him. So pretty much Terry Crews is feeling sensitive that a lot of black males, including myself, mocked him getting sexually assaulted in front of his wife. And never in my life would that ever happen. Not while I'm able to do something about it, okay? And, you know, it's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's funny that he sat there, this big cock diesel, 250 pounds of muscle dude, let some, I think, white guy fondle his private area, play with him, or whatever he done to Terry Crews in front of his wife. At the end of the day, you a man. No matter what all the success and power money brings, some things you just don't do for money, or you don't do for clout, you don't do for positioning. And that's what DL Hughley said. He said, basically, did you do everything in your power to stop this man from playing with some of your private areas and feeling on you in front of your wife? And as a wife, since you have stood up and slapped him and protected your husband, protection works both ways, but it just shows that, in my opinion, Terry Crews wanted to do it for clout and for success and for certain positioning. By now, we know how Hollywood works. You know what I'm saying? We've seen and heard a lot of these stories, how people get into the entertainment business and music and Hollywood business and what traditions they have to go through, which we don't need to speak on at this point because we just spoke on them plenty times again. And Terry Crews is just a victim of that. And all of a sudden, all these other women are coming forward, and Terry Crews is the only man in Hollywood that's coming forward saying he's been, you know, pretty much sexually assaulted. And now it's funny. Of course, men are looked at different than women. You know, as a man, you looked at, you can handle yourself. You should be able to beat old boy up. You should be able to restrain him. And, you know, DL Hughley was right. Terry Crews didn't do everything in his power to put some respect on his name, put respect on his body, his temple, by slapping the crap out of him. You 240, 50, 60 pounds of muscle, and you letting some white dude feel on you and play with you in front of your wife. At the end of the day, looking at a black woman perspective, I wouldn't respect Terry Crews no more. Terry Crews wouldn't be the head of my household. If he can't defend himself versus a guy that's feeling on him and he welcomed that, at the end of the day, I wouldn't respect him. I wouldn't be married to him no more. You know, I don't care what the kids would say, man. I pack up and leave and we just have to get a divorce. I don't respect shit like that. You know, but at the end of the day, it was about him getting the money, getting the bacon, and providing for his family. And he went to the depths of pretty much of hell and sold himself and sold his body just to feed his family. And I ain't never knocking no man doing what he got to do to feed his family, post his football career, and keep his acting career afloat. But at the end of the day, you know, that's, you know, for him, he should have just died with the story and never came out and said it. Him coming out with various females in the industry and admitting that, it took a lot of pride. It took him to swallow a lot of his pride to come out and say that. But D.L. Hughley, right, man, where we come from, and D.L. Hughley from the trenches as well, and Terry Crews from Flint. I'm from Detroit. Where we from, you know, that ain't, I mean, come on, your average dude ain't gonna let nobody do that to him. Unless he welcomed it. He gonna fire off. Forget slapping him, he gonna punch him and beat him to a pulp. But for Terry Crews, this is all about status and about positioning in Hollywood. Let's not, you know, let's not kid ourselves. We heard about the other stories that women came out and talked about Steven Seagal and a lot of different other celebrities that, you know, they had to sleep with or they had to get touched by just to get status and get acting jobs and acting gigs and be in commercials and stuff. How you think Terry Crews is getting all these acting jobs and getting commercials and getting all these opportunities to start his own business throughout Hollywood and be popular and get on Brooklyn 911 and all these other white chicks movies and stuff of that nature? How did he get there? Just about what he was doing. He was getting passed around. They had to get something on him. So if he got on the line, they could pull out these sex tapes or they could pull out these things they done to him. This probably ain't even the most. This probably ain't even the baddest thing that he done or the worst thing he done or the nastiest things he done, in my opinion. He probably done a lot worse than this. You know what I'm saying? This is just what he coming out and saying what happened. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of dudes ain't gonna respect that. A lot of dudes ain't gonna sympathize with you like that. A lot of dudes look at you and say you a man. Conduct yourself as a man and put paws on old boy and knock him out. And that's what D.L. Hughley trying to say. He said you could have did a lot more than sit here and said, no, I don't want in front of your wife, bro. You pretty much got butt broke in front of your wife. And at the end of the day, you know, dude, I mean, as a man, we can't treat you as a female or a woman. We can't treat you. We can't put you in the same class as some of these women that have been touched and been fondled or sexually abused. I mean, looking at you a big grown-ass man, dog. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's a joke that you let that happen to you. And yes, 50 Cent, yes, Russell Simmons, and yes, Tariq Shashi, whatever his name is going to laugh at you. Of course, other men across the nation is going to laugh at you. Of course, other black men ain't going to sympathize with you because you can defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can defend yourself. You know, you should have defended yourself. You let that go down in front of your wife. Like, dude, ain't no man gonna look at you the same way. Ain't no man that shake your hand gonna look at you the same way. Ain't no man that see you in the same room gonna let you the same way. Of course, he told D.L. Hughley, when you see me, keep it moving. Oh, yeah, I will keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because me and you are not the same. Our energies is not the same. Okay? You let this man feel all on your butt and feel all on your chest and stuff in front of your wife. Yeah, bro, we'll never feng shui. We'll never kick it. We'll never flow like water in Detroit River. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to be in the same room as a guy like that let that happen in front of his wife. And that's just real talk, man. You know, I don't think, I mean, Terry Crews would never get respect put back on his name as a man again. You know, it was brave of him. And like I said, it took a lot of him to swallow his pride to admit that. But at the end of the day, I mean, who acceptance are you looking to have? As long as your wife, you and your wife cool, you know what I'm saying? And y'all spoke it over. Y'all know what y'all do is put foot on the table. Man, and your kid's good. It shouldn't matter what nobody else think. But for the most part, again, once you get in Twitter beef, or once you make somebody mad on Twitter or in person or in Hollywood, people going to have an opinion. Your opinion no longer holds weight because people are going to say, man, I got to hold opinion for somebody that's, 6'4", 250, 260 muscle and got sexually assault in Hollywood. Like, bro, your opinion don't matter. Like, he's been degraded. He's been minimized in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's at the bottom of the barrel, man. He's like vagabond, crackhead, bum status right now. And I don't think he can ever recover his status again, man. Nobody, I mean, even laughing at him, you're going to think about, what happened. But it's just my personal opinion on it, man. I link the article from BET in there. Has all the tweets of them going back and forth. And, yeah, man. Appreciate everybody for checking on. Like I said, again, I'll link the article in the source or article link in the description. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Twitter. Also, you can reach out to the email if you got a business question, inquiry, or sponsorship. You can check out our playlist, Food for Thought, NBA, NFL, MMA, boxing, golf, college sports, the whole nine. We talk a lot of different subjects and topics on here. One of the most active and well-versed YouTube channels out there. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon button when we make another video or a live stream. Once again, I appreciate everybody for checking in. And keep looking out for us, man. Let me know what you think about this whole situation where Terry Crews is getting upset because, a lot of dudes ain't respecting his situation, respecting him, that what happened with him and letting somebody in Hollywood sexually assault him, a man, for a part. But it's Goodfella Sports TV. One time for the one time. Your boy CJ Goodfella. Definitely appreciate everybody for checking in. Y'all know what it is.